Welcome to today's episode titled Spirit, Scripts, and Crossroads Rethinking the Religious History of West Africa. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a fascinating question. Is it possible to construct a unified history of religion in West Africa? This topic is explored with depth in a scholarly article by historian P. Ryan, S.J., and let me tell you, the answer is far from straightforward. The simple answer might leave us just a little dissatisfied, because West Africa's religious landscape, as Ryan argues, has never formed a singular, uniform story. Instead, it's like a sprawling tapestry woven with thread from various indigenous traditions, Islam and Christianity, each influencing the others in profound ways over different regions and time periods. Let's set the scene for a moment. Ryan highlights that, for much of recorded history, scholars and outsiders often described a singular, traditional religion that seemed to sit alongside Islam and Christianity. This approach oversimplifies the incredible diversity and complexity of local beliefs and practices. Imagine if we were to describe all of America by just saying it has America's traditional music, alongside country and pop. The blend of cultures, styles, and local expressions would be lost. And that's exactly what happens when we try to force a narrative onto West African religions. So, what does the diversity of these indigenous traditions look like? Early in his examination, Ryan asserts that what we often label as African traditional religion isn't just one thing, it's a vast collection of local religious worlds. For example, let's consider the Akan community in Ghana. Their beliefs and rituals differ significantly from those of the Yoruba peoples in Nigeria or the Mande peoples further north. It's important to note here that in various societies, spirits, ancestors, and deities are intimately connected to specific lineages, villages, and landscapes. This means that religiosity is not merely a set of beliefs, but is inextricably tied to local community structures and practices. Any attempt to narrate a single, healing story about religion in West Africa risks flattening the crucial differences that exist among these vast worlds. Each community breathes life into their spirituality, making history a vibrant, living narrative rather than a mere recitation of dates and doctrines. Now, let's pivot to the significance of Islam's layered history in West Africa. Islam didn't simply sweep across the region. It arrived through complex routes. Initially, it entered through trans-Saharan trade networks, propelled by Muslim merchants who settled in the region, influencing local traditions at varying degrees of engagement over centuries. Think about it like this. Islam established footholds in royal courts and trading towns, yet engagement with local customs varied greatly. Some regions saw the emergence of reform movements, while others experienced a blending of Islam with existing rituals, resulting in hybrid religious practices that resist neat categorization. This brings us to another critical dimension: Christianity, which also has a fragmented history in West Africa. European missionaries, for example, arrived at different times, utilizing various strategies. Some began at coastal trading posts, while others pursued educational ventures or healthcare missions. A fascinating element to explore is how local converts did not merely adopt European forms of Christianity. Instead, they reshaped their beliefs to address local needs, political ambitions, and spiritual expectations. The emergence of independent African churches and prophetic movements showcases how local customs integrated into the broader Christian narrative, forming a diverse religious landscape that enriches West Africa. Isn't it remarkable to think about the interplay of these three great traditions? Indigenous beliefs, Islam, and Christianity coexist, compete, and coalesce in countless ways. Many people engage in multiple religious spheres, attending church or mosque while still consulting local diviners or honoring ancestors. This overlapping reality challenges us to move beyond any notion of defined periods in which one religion replaces another. Instead, the historical narrative of West Africa is marked by negotiation, adaptation, and coexistence, with local communities responding to the varied pressures of politics, economy, and evolving intellectual currents. Given this complexity, Ryan stresses that historians must tread carefully when generalizing about these religions. Trendy narratives often privilege certain regions or documented sources, leaving behind the voices of smaller communities and their oral traditions, as well as the everyday spirituality of ordinary folks. Here's an engaging thought. How can historians weave together such diverse strands without pretending they yield a single, uniform narrative? Evidence, be it from colonial archives, missionary records, or personal testimonies, is often scattered and provides only a partial view. By weaving these narratives, Ryan suggests that historians can craft a responsible account that honors the diversity of local traditions, while also acknowledging Islam and Christianity's diverse paths in West Africa. So, is it truly possible to construct a unified history of religion in West Africa? Ryan's conclusion is that while an attempt can be made, it must be approached with extreme caution, recognizing local traditions' diversity and the complex trajectories of both Islam and Christianity is essential. The result? Rather than a single narrative, West Africa presents us with many intersecting religious stories that reflect the interactions of people across time and space, sometimes in harmony, sometimes in tension. By embracing this diversity, we can enrich our understanding of the study of religion, celebrating complex lives and the myriad ways people have sought meaning and connection with the divine. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of P. Ryan's reflections on religion in West Africa. If today's episode has piqued your curiosity, I encourage you to dive even deeper. Look at the specific histories of distinct communities, movements, or key figures, rather than seeking a singular narrative. Join us next time as we tackle another topic where religious history eludes simple answers, inviting a more nuanced understanding of the world's spiritual landscapes.